The investigator's gaze bore into the hyena seated before him, a figure shrouded in darkness despite the harsh glare of the interrogation room lights. The hyena's demeanor exuded an aura of menace, his cold, unyielding stare betraying no hint of the turmoil within. With a practiced air of professionalism, the investigator leaned forward, his expression a mask of determination as he prepared to pry the truth from the hyena's tight-lipped silence. He knew he was facing a formidable adversary, a trained assassin, honed in the art of secrecy and deception. For hours, the interrogation room echoed with the sound of probing questions and terse responses, as the investigator employed a battery of techniques in an attempt to break through the hyena's defenses. Yet, despite his best efforts, the hyena remained steadfast, his resolve unshaken by the relentless onslaught of inquiries. But just as the investigator began to feel the weight of frustration settling upon him, a glimmer of hope emerged, a flicker of uncertainty that danced across the hyena's stoic facade. Sensing a crack in the armor of his adversary, the investigator pressed forward, his questions growing more pointed, more insistent with each passing moment. And then, in a moment that sent shockwaves reverberating through the room, the hyena's resolve crumbled, and he uttered words that would change the course of the investigation forever. With a voice tinged with resignation, he confessed to his role in the sinister plot to assassinate President Natsu, implicating Kodo, the president's own son, in the conspiracy. The investigator's mind reeled at the revelation, struggling to comprehend the magnitude of what he had just heard. Kodo, a man he had once regarded with respect and admiration, now stood accused of the most heinous of crimes, a betrayal that defied all logic and reason. Yet, even as doubt gnawed at the edges of his consciousness, the investigator refused to accept the hyena's words at face value. He knew that in the murky world of espionage and intrigue, nothing was ever as it seemed, and that the truth often lay hidden beneath layers of deception and deceit. With a steely resolve, the investigator confronted the hyena, his voice a sharp edge cutting through the tense silence of the room. He demanded answers, refusing to be swayed by the hyena's attempts to deflect or obfuscate the truth. But just as the interrogation reached its crescendo, a sudden and unexpected turn of events plunged the room into chaos. The hyena's eyes widened in a flash of panic, his hand darting towards his mouth with lightning speed. And then, before the investigator could react, it was over. The hyena collapsed onto the table, a pool of blood spreading beneath him as the life ebbed from his body. The investigator stared in stunned disbelief at the scene before him, his mind struggling to process the enormity of what had just transpired. The hyena, it seemed, had chosen death over divulging any further information, a final act of defiance that left the investigator grappling with a sense of profound loss and frustration. As he surveyed the now silent interrogation room, the investigator knew that the road ahead would be fraught with obstacles and uncertainties. But he also knew that he would stop at nothing to uncover the truth behind President Natsu's assassination, no matter where it might lead or what secrets it might unearth. For in the shadowy world of espionage and intrigue, the quest for justice was a relentless pursuit, one that demanded unwavering determination, unyielding resolve, and a willingness to confront the darkest truths, no matter how painful they might be. And as the investigator prepared to embark on the next phase of his investigation, he knew that the journey ahead would test him in ways he could scarcely imagine. But he also knew that he could not falter, not when the fate of a nation hung in the balance, and the legacy of a fallen leader cried out for justice.